When you are starting your YouTube videos, it's important to think about the thumbnail and the title. If this is for long form. And the reason that this is important is because your thumbnail and your title create an expectation for the viewer, and you want to make sure that you're meeting that expectation. So it's going to be different per the content that somebody's making. So for example, like let's say you have a fishing channel and the entire video is framed around the idea of the best fishing locations in some area. Then in that case, the thing to experiment with there be like, okay, if that's what this video is about, and I put some really pretty scenery in my thumbnail, and the person clicking on this could possibly expect seeing, these different locations, let me give them like a setting the scene view of some of the locations that we're going to talk about. And with that, maybe you have like a drone shot, maybe it's just a shot of a lake or something like that while you're, talking in the background, whatever. But the idea there is to make sure that you're like, okay, they're going to be expecting, some of these locations. So because of that, let me just start showing some of these locations. Maybe I'm not talking about them in detail yet, but maybe I just want them to see the scenery so they can be like, wow, those look like some cool places while you're getting into the video. And then once you get past that part and you start getting into the actual content, you can cut it to you or whatever the thing is. But that's something you would experiment with there. Now, on the other side of that, let's say that you are somebody that is making, videos about an iPhone and a feature that's in an iPhone. Well, in that case, you may or may not show the iPhone when somebody first comes into that video because it might not be super important for the context or for the expectation that was created for them to physically see an iPhone. It might be perfectly okay for you to say, the iPhone made some major updates and we're going to be talking about it today. Let's get into the video or, whatever your thing is. And then just get into the content itself and then bring the visuals of the iPhone in at that point, right? So it's all based on what the expectation of the viewer is, not necessarily this is always better or, this is always better type of thing. So what I recommend that you experiment with both for the videos that you publish, but when you're experimenting with them, just be intentional about that side of things.